Appears our 2 weeks of spring, it's over. Welcome to summer in Texas. But that's fine by me. I stay busy outside as much as I can to work off the frustrations I feel. Now this particular rant is a bit longer than my usual because the war-loving tyrants in control of our country have been very busy as of late. 24 traitors to peace, that's the number of Democratic senators who voted for another $165 billion to fatten the pockets of the butchering hordes. This money won't go to the boots on the ground, at least not more than maybe a weak 10%. This blood money stolen from our grandkids and children goes straight to the profits of those whose intent is to build more and larger machines of destruction, tools with one purpose: to kill human beings. This blood money staying in the hands of our nation couldn't come at a more desperate time, it seems. While the shrub gallivants, kissing ass for more oil, there's a movement, a brew in that dark Middle East. All our foes and our allies are conspiring without us with the evil intent of creating peace. So the senators scrambled and quite quickly passed this humongous gift to their corporate cronies who fund the campaigns and the stocks that they hold. This malevolent flock of contemptuous phonies. We must fund the war in support of the troops, is the lie that we hear as they pander for votes. And I cry in contempt for these felons in suits whose sole purpose is watching their bank accounts bloat. I've forgotten where I heard it first of how a lie will have circled the earth 3 times before the truth can clear its throat in order to be heard even once. What calls me to the wind, though, is when the truth becomes available but is continually ignored in favor of the lie. I'll start with a current boogeyman, the favorite target of our warrior clan, Iran, and the few consistent lies that somehow never seem to die. Their powerless president, Ahmadinejad, did not threaten to wipe Israel off the map. He quoted an imam who simply said that Zionism would end up in the dustbin of history. Not as dramatic, I'm sure, is why the lie has such a lure for those intent on starting up our new and more necessary war. The second lie they're pushing hard, even Iraq has said is such a pure canard. The weapons, ammo, money used to kill our troops are Sunni, whose allegiance lies with their Saudi kin. Our allies, or at least our acting friends. The third main lie of which I'll speak is tightly tied to Zionistic aspirations. Against all facts, they loudly claim Iran's desire to join the nuclear nations in possession of that ultimate device, a weapon of such power that Iran needs only one to make poor Israel, who has 200, shake in fear and cower, like all bullies whose existence main support is always artifice. Among the lies the tellers cannot seem to shake, besides, we do not torture, our actions are benevolent, and economic gain is not at stake, are those like Shrub proclaimed, in Israel no less, that diplomatic ventures do equate to Chamberlain's appeasement? That leap from logic does truly stink. It's hypocritical in nature at the very least, as talks with Kim Jong-il are proceeding still, even as the demagogues do push the lies in sound and ink. Now, I could sit and waste my day repeating all the lies that continue long beyond when truth has been exposed. But since no one's ever fired or even taken to account, I simply wish to claim that some of us have not been fooled. Regardless of the amount of repetition, not everyone who hears the noise believes the lies they speak. However, there is one more lie I must address. The linchpin that gives all the others traction. They lie about what happened on that sad September morning. I'm not yet aware of all the facts and happenstance, but I do know this. I watched the government's criminal lack of action. And I know they did succeed in stopping an independent investigation. The answers that have been proffered left most of the questions unasked and avoided Occam's razor. That's the most simple answer, is usually the correct one. And to not even consider what it was that demolished the third building that day, when World Trade Center 7 collapsed without resistance, is a lie of omission that cries out of a criminal cover-up. And as long as that lie contaminates our public discourse, we will never be able to set right the ship of state and sail a more noble course, no matter who joins that millionaires club we call the Senate and the executive office. And now, into the circle files.